Hello, YouTubers and all those who happen to watch. DanVanDam here. I got two tags in a row. One's by Codenamegamma, which I owed him this one. And it was the most weirdest thing in my room. Now, I'll show it to you right now. Is this thing right here. Yeah, most weirdest thing in my room right there. And for tags, I'm going to save those for the end of the video. So, alright. Here's the horror segment of this. I got tagged by Medaka, or Medaka. I can never get his bloody name right. Medaka. Fuck. Alright, he knows who he is. He's awesome. I'm not awesome at the moment because I can't pronounce freaking names with my speech. Alright, what is your favorite snack to eat while watching a horror flick? Well, I don't really eat anything when I'm watching a horror film. I just kind of sit there and watch it with other people, you know, or watch it by myself. You know, I just sit back and just soak it in. That's about it. I don't really eat anything. It's not really common practice for me to watch a film and kind of eat anything. It's physically feel awkward eating in front of people who are performing an act of random vocalizing and movements on video camera. But, alright. Who is your favorite horror film icon? I don't really have an icon, per se. But the one thing I do say, though, when it comes to a character or any kind of icon, is the person that can destroy themselves in a movie. Like, for instance, they become their own worst enemy. They become their own worst fear. They become the creature. They become, you know, the thing that everyone hates. This could be used anywhere, by the way, but yeah. The thing that everybody hates the most. The destructive force that destroys themselves. That's the thing. The most inspirational icon you could probably think of in a movie itself. Because it's something, you know, most terrifying thing you can ever see someone destroying themselves, physically or mentally. My favorite music from a horror film is more, also, again, this is sort of like more poetic than anything else, is that I feel like the sound effects in a lot of movies bring out, you know, the presentation more than sometimes the music. So I can't really say the music is my favorite kind of music, because, you know, there's a lot of tacky, corny sound effects and music that, you know, play back and forth with each other, but there's really that true movie essence that you can hear the screech or the howl or the scratching or the clawing of the wood as the werewolf pulls out his clay cock. It's true. Alright, so what is my favorite horror film? My favorite horror film is, quite frankly, because I don't like, you know, the mainstream ones as much, because, you know, they always get overhyped, I feel. People go, oh, they're just classics, that's why, Daniel. How come you can't be like everybody else, Daniel? Daniel! What is wrong with you? I'm gonna disown you. But anyway, the film I really enjoy the most, because it's so cheesy, it's so tacky, but it has, you know, has enough to make you coming back for more every once in a while, was this one right here. Trick or Treat, which stars Gene Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne, on DVD. Got this from Walmart for like $2, that clearance rack thing, like $2.50. Yeah, $2.50. Picked it up, I watched it, it was a good film, I really enjoyed the crap out of it. because it was like the 80s film. It was really tacky. It always had that little geeky, gothy kid that everyone picked on and gave shit to. And, that kid always got his revenge in the end kind of thing. It's, I don't feel that way about people, but, it's just watching him do it, this kid do it, and save the day from this crazy, supernatural, uh, 80s rock hairstyle, gothic wannabe freaking social reject from Rocky Horror Picture Show dude get his in the end. It's an interesting movie above all else. I mean, it's not the best thing in the world, but for a lot of people, but for me, really cool film. It's really cheap out there now. You can get this for like a couple bucks maybe if you look at a dollar store or whatever. But it's a really great horror film, to kick back and watch it with your friends and whatever. Great film. Now my favorite horror film game of all time is a more recent game, and that's coming from a long history of horror games out there. A lot of people probably disagree with this. People probably compare it to its predecessors, compare it to Alone in the Dark, compare it to a lot of other games. But for me, I really like this game because changed the rules of survival horror, and everyone probably already caught on and said, "Oh, that's what he said." But this is what it is right here. Resident Evil 5 for the Xbox 360 or the PS3 or the PC. This game alone I felt was a fantastic game. I love the shit out of it. And I'll use a curse word because I can. But this game is it's short, relatively short when you play it on co-op with somebody. But the presentation, the visualizations, and the music, a lot of it together is a really well presentation, and it ties in together a lot of the storyline from the original Resident Evil series predecessors. It sort of sums everything up for you. You read books in the game, the achievements are fun to do, the multiplayer is great, and to share a multiplayer experience with a game like this, that takes a lot of years and years of great horror games out there to bind together and show that action scene to the game. Basically, putting you on your toes, live action reloading and live action, combining items. What made this game really top end for me because it was different. It actually made the game challenging. People complained because it was too hard in some aspects, but again, I felt like this was an awesome, awesome game for horror aspect. At some point, I might do it for my one of the 31s, but we'll see. But again, an awesome game. Shiva has a nice butt, but no pun intended there. But yeah, that's technically all 5 of my selections. Now I'm going to get off here really quickly and share with you the 5 people I'm going to tag for both of these tags. So that way it saves me trouble and energy. Okay, so the first person I'm going to tag is YouTubeosaurus. You're tagged. I watched all these people just recently. That's why I picked these people. Don't think because you just pick because people's numbers or whatever. It doesn't matter about numbers. I just like the people's content. I like the people in general. It doesn't matter what they have. They're just people. Everyone here is people. Get over it. QQ and more uploads of good content, review a freaking game. But, alright. Anyway, my little tangent's over. Next person, Pete Dorr. He just recently got a game, and, quite an interesting game for the PS3. I'm not going to tell you what it is because you have to check it out and find out yourself. But, alright. A happy console gamer. He just did his arcade, his top choices, which I submitted a little comment there. Happy console gamer, I said. A dong on my lens. She's a really awesome girl. She's really great with technical issues, with repairing and general concept, the relevance of repairing a controller or a console, what have you. She's really good at painting as well. And she also has a pretty pimp black mage in the background. Anyway, and the last person, which I'm going to have a little bit of trouble as well of pronouncing Makaida's 350's name as well. I have trouble pronouncing his name as well. Is Viseth Determined. These 5 people are tagged. I will have their names in the comments down over there. So take it easy, folks, and thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to tell people that they're tagged.